Viewers, good evening and thank you for joining us here on Times Now. You're watching News Now Overnight and I'm Rohit Srivatsa. Let's begin the broadcast with breaking news that we're getting in at the moment in what may look like a big breakthrough to end the ongoing conflict in West Asia. The United States President Donald Trump has now said that he's holding a meeting to make a final determination about an agreement to extend a ceasefire with Iran. Trump, in fact, posted on social media platform Truth Social, stating that Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb. The Hormuz Strait must be immediately open. No tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic in both directions. All water mines or bombs, if any, will be terminated. And in fact, he also goes on to say that we have removed through detonation numerous such mines in our great underwater mine sweepers. With our great underwater mine sweepers, Iran will complete the immediate removal or detonation of any mines that are left, which will not be many. Ships caught in the strait due to our amazing and unprecedented naval blockade, which will now be lifted, may start the process of heading home. Donald Trump further says that the enriched material, sometimes referred to as nuclear dust, which is buried deep underground with virtually collapsed mountains caused by our powerful B-2 bomb attack 11 months ago, sitting on top of it, will be unearthed by the United States. He further says that this was agreed and by the country along with China with the mechanical capability of doing so. Consulting editor Shinjoy Chaudhary is joining us on the broadcast to give us more details. Shinjoy, so one step closer, and we've seen this happen multiple times. We said it in the past as well, but this time once again Donald Trump saying that we are one step closer to the deal with Iran.
Unless it's signed and sealed, it would be hard to say anything, because they have been close and even closer, and yet nothing happened. What really has to be done is this. First, what is it that the Americans want? They want the Strait of Hormuz to be opened. Well, if they hadn't gone to war, the Strait of Hormuz was open in any case. Second, they want it demined. Before the war, there wasn't a single mine there. Thirdly, they want the nuclear dust, 460 kilos of enriched uranium. Now, because of the way America dealt with this issue 11 months ago, it's probably lying deep, far inside, many 100 meters inside one of the sites. And to pull it out, as he himself says, is difficult, and only the Americans and the Chinese can do it. So even if it stayed there for years and years, it wouldn't make too much difference. So as a result, the Americans are now insistent on getting the stuff out. And he believes that the Iranians will cooperate. On the other hand, what do the Iranians get out of this? They would want a number of things. They would want sanctions to be lifted. They would want the naval blockade taken off. They would want the money, their money, in Western banks to be returned. So all of that has to be done. When it will be done, how it will be done, is still not clear.
Right, absolutely. But stay on with us, Shinjoy, because we're getting in more breaking news. We're learning that the U.S. oil prices have now dropped below $87 per barrel, and this is for the first time since April 21st, as the U.S. President Donald Trump is saying that he is making a final determination on the Iran deal. So at the moment, it appears that, Srinjoy, there seems to be some headway, or at least the markets, the oil markets are responding rather positively in the United States.
Every time the oil prices go up by a certain amount, India's economy, the possibility of growth goes down by 0.2%. Now, if the prices come down, then India will get breathing space. The Americans are already unhappy with the oil prices. So, and they have a midterm coming up in less than 6 months. The whole point is that a lot of countries that America and Iran and Israel have been fighting, the countries that have suffered are primarily Asian countries, but as a result. That includes India and also China and Japan and South Korea and others. Now, India has suffered because oil prices have hit more than $100. And if oil prices continue to stay up, India's economy will suffer, India's growth rate will suffer. So as a result, India would wish that these oil prices come down to below 80 as they were before the war started.
Right, absolutely. So even India, back in India, people are watching this very closely, especially considering the fact that this is the first time, at least since the 21st of April, that the US oil prices have dropped below $87 per barrel. This comes after Donald Trump's announcement, what he said on social media platform Truth Social just a short while earlier, that they are holding a meeting to make a final determination about an agreement to extend a ceasefire with Iran. And Iran must further agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or bomb, something that has been a sticking point between the United States and Iran. Because while Iran maintains that they do not have any nuclear weapons or do not have any plans to make one, they have maintained that the United States cannot dictate terms to Iran as far as the nuclear program is concerned. Further, the United States President Donald Trump also saying that the Hormuz Strait must be kept open immediately and no tolls should be charged. With that, we're getting in more breaking news as Trump has now signaled the US-Iran deal approval. Iran is now saying, in fact, this is the first statement coming in from Iran, where they're saying that the exchange of messages with the United States is still continuing. This is the Iranian media that is now reporting this, Srinjoy. So it appears that even Iran, they're not declaring anything about a deal at the moment, but they do say that the exchange of messages with the United States is still on. So a very cautious report that is coming in from the Iranian side at this point, not really signaling that a deal is close.
Yes, we'll have to see how it all ends. It's not about who is saying what. President Trump has said different things at different times on the same subject. The Iranians have said different things. But how does it all end? What will be the day when both sides have a piece of paper in front of them and they sign it? That's the day we will know the war is actually over.
Right. So at the moment, comments coming in from both sides, but still at the moment, no clarity about when this agreement will be signed. Thank you, Srinjoy, for joining us on the broadcast and giving